So here is my review on Fantastic Four First Steps. Spoilers, if you have not seen the movie, this is your warning. Right off rip, I'm just going to say this was my most anticipated movie, not of just the summer, but this year. I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. I was actually able to see this movie twice, one in IMAX with my girlfriend, and then one regular with my brother. And can I just say, straight from the get-go, beautiful. When I first heard that Disney bought out Fox and that they were doing a Fantastic Four movie for Marvel Studios, I knew they could not screw this up. This is Marvel's first family. Four of some of the most important characters in comic book history. So when everybody was saying, oh, Marvel's gonna drop the ball with this one, I knew there was no way that they could do that because it's the Fantastic Four. Right off rip, the casting, beautiful. Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn, fantastic. Vanessa Kirby, wonderful as Susan Storm. Ebon Moss as the Thing. Yes. Last but not least, Mr. Fantastic. Pedro Pascal did a good job. It's the mustache, man. Other than that, I'm not picky. They really did a great job showing the family dynamic. The Thing and Johnny always button heads. Susan and Johnny. I love the dynamic with Johnny and Reed. Reed's super smart and sometimes doesn't get Johnny. But that's where Susan comes in because she understands Johnny. Susan and Reed. I mean, come on. That's like the perfect power couple of Marvel. All four of these characters fit well and you can tell that they feel like a family. Silver Surfer and Galactus were amazing. For me, I felt like the story was really, really well done. The fact that they've incorporated Franklin Richards into the film, I think really helped push what Fantastic Four, that whole family dynamic, what that whole element is about. Can I just say, Marvel tricked us all with the trailer. I dead thought that the world was going to be destroyed and they were going to have to move out of that universe. But they pretty much got rid of Galactus. And I say get rid of Galactus because they didn't really kill him. They just moved him far, far, far away, which now that I think about it, I felt like that was a bit of a plot loophole. Because theoretically, he could just do that again, but millions of years from now. But regardless, I love the story. I know a lot of people have been comparing it to The Incredibles, which I can understand. A lot of people are going to say it's very predictable, which I can understand. Soundtrack was magnificent. Coming into this movie, the use of powers. Johnny and the Thing were used pretty well. Susan Storm took the movie by storm. Every other iteration of the Fantastic Four, some of these movies show Susan Storm using her powers, but not to the fullest of her ability. Homegirl was able to push a galactic cosmic titan using force fields and come on. She's powerful. Reed Richards. I truly felt like he could use his powers a little more often. But I think that's what they're trying to convey in this movie. I think that when it comes to Doomsday, Mr. Fantastic is not going to be playing around with his powers. I feel like they were just giving us just a taste. Because it's about to go down in the next couple movies. A lot of people are apparently angry because they felt like Susan Storm was taking the leadership role and not Reed Richards when he's the leader. Then again, you have to think about it like this. Mr. Reed Richards, from as far as I know in all of the comic books that I have read, and to my knowledge, was leader when it came to the brains, but it was never the brawn. And I feel like when we tend to think about leaders, especially superheroes, they have to be the big, bold, strong, right? The Captain Americas, the Iron Mans, the Incredible Hulks. But Reed is way too smart for his own good. And I think one thing that this movie showed is he's not really the fighter type. He's more of the thinking it out before going into any sort of battle. And that's what we see him struggle with in this film. All right, let's not fight Galactus. Let's sort it out and talk about it. Okay, instead of option A or option B, why don't we try and sort it out and figure out how to save our planet? And I just think that alone is so perfect because he's taking on the leadership role without the leadership role. Everything looked so visually incredible. Visual effects were pretty darn good. There were little instances where I was like, Reed's stretching powers, I think, were visually there. Every member had something that they were struggling with. I think the replay value on this movie is great. From what felt like forever walking out of a Marvel Studios film, I finally felt like they were back on track. And it's interesting because based off of all the marketing that they've been doing for this film, it's like Marvel knew that this was going to be a hit. Marvel knew that if they took their time with this one, that it was going to get the audience that it needed to get. Thunderbolts, I thought, was really good. And this movie being right after it, I think definitely set the tone for what the next couple of movies are going to be like moving forward. But the MCU, you gotta prove to me, you gotta really prove to me with these next couple of releases that y'all still got it in the bag. If you're a comic book fan, should you see this movie? I definitely think so. Tons of cameos, tons of Easter eggs, whole bunch of surprises. That end credit scene, Overall, I'm giving Fantastic Four First Steps a 8.5 out of 10. Tell me what you thought about the movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you see it again? Comment down below if you like this video. Give it a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to follow me on TikTok. See ya.